Hello students. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is living things and their surrounding, we have started and we have understood the habitat and adaptation that is shown in case of the terrestrial habitat. So in case of the terrestrial habitat, you see student, we have already divided the terrestrial habitat into three types, and that is the desert, mountain region or the hill region we can say, as well as the forest or the grassland area. So till now we have seen the case, the adaptation or what are the conditions that is there in the desert area. So we have seen there that there the temperature is very high, and due to a high temperature, the living organism or the plant have to adapt themselves in such a way that they are able to survive in such a high temperature, as well as the not only in the at the high temperature, but also in a shortage of water, means less amount of water is available there. So they have to overcome with this problem, the shortage of water as well as the high temperature. So we have seen that the animals, if we had discussed about the animals, so we have seen that the animals, they used to dig burrow and they used to live inside during the daytime, and what happened during night, they used to come outside in search of food and all. What happened in case of the plant, students? So in case of a plants, since the temperature is very high, so there is a lot of chance that the water will get evaporated, as well as shortage of water is there. So for that, they have modified their part of the body in such a way that less loss of water will occur. So for that, the first of all, you see the leaves of the desert plant, especially if we talk about the cactus. So we have seen that there is no leaves present. So either no leaves is present, or if suppose leaves are present, so their size is very small. And even there, sometimes it happens that the leaves get modified into spines or that of the thorns. Okay, so in case of a cactus also this happen. And why does it occur? It occur so that less transpiration can occur. Less transpiration, it means less loss of water. So it helps in preventing the loss of water into water vapor. You know that the leaves generally show the process of a transpiration by which the water means it get evaporated from the stomata of the leaves. So loss of it help in preventing the loss of water by reducing the rate of transpiration. Now, not only this, now if there is no leaves, who will going to perform the process of photosynthesis? So it is the stem. So the desert plant, their stem is green in color, and because of green in color, it helps in performing the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Now, not only this, students, you will find that the roots, they are very long, and they go deep inside to that. They used to go deep inside to that of the soil in search of the water. Okay, so we can say that the roots which is present in that of the desert plant, they are long, so that they can go deep inside for the water. So these are some of the characteristics that we have seen in case of the desert plant, like we have seen in case of the cactus, where they are able to survive even the condition if it is very high temperature or the condition is not good for their survival. Okay. Okay. Now let us see. So we have understood up to here, that is how the plants and the animals are able to survive in the desert area. Now let us see the second terrestrial habitat, and that is mountain. Okay. So mountain region. Mountain region. So this is what it is, also a kind of a terrestrial habitat, because this is also basically a land based habitat. So we will call it a terrestrial habitat, means it comes in the terrestrial habitat. Now mountain, it means the hilly area region is the mountain region. Okay, so a very high hill. A very high hill is called, very high hill is called a mountain. Okay, very high hill is called a mountain. So generally the habitat of the mountain, that it is very cold and windy. So we can write it, the mountain habitat is generally very cold and windy. Okay, so wind, I'll tell you about that what will be the consequences because of cold and because of this windy reason. What will the consequences faced by that of the plants and that of the animals. Okay, so let us see that what happened here if a plant or the animals are able to survive in the mountain region. Now let us see that what are the different situation, what is the different conditions in that of the mountain region, what kind of a condition is there, and then we will try to understand that what kind of a adaptation a plant should show so that they are able to or they can live in the mountain region. So let us see, students. So we can write it here, and that is adaptation in plant. Mountain region, adaptation. Adaptation in plants to mountain habitat. What kind of adaptation there is? So let us see the first point here, that what kind of a reason, what kind of a environment, what kind of a habitat it is. Then we will see that what kind of adaptation they should show. So first of all, there is a lot of a rain occur in the mountain region. So we can write it. There is a lot of rain, in mountain region. Okay, so a lot of rain occur in the mountain region. Then the second thing, that is that during winter it is very cold. Even the snowfall also occur. Okay, so we can write it that in the mountain habitat, it is very cold. When? During winter. Very cold during winter, and even snowfall may occur. Snowfall may occur. Okay, students, so you see that in mountain habitat it is very cold, and this basically happen during winter, and snowfall also occur. So lot of rainfall occurs, students, as well as snowfall also occur. The next one is that due to very low temperature, even the soil also get freeze. So it is very difficult for the roots to get a sufficient amount of water to survive. Okay. So we can write it that due to very low temperature, the soil water freezes. Okay, So the soil water freezes and hence become unavailable for the roots of the plant, unavailable for the roots of the plants and trees. Okay, roots of the plant and trees. Okay. So you see, student, that during winter when the temperature is very low, since the temperature is very low, so the water which is present in that of the soil, it also get freezes. Now if the water get freezes, so no water will be available for the root to absorb, because they need water. Okay, they do not need ice. So we can say that due to freezing of the water, very less amount of water will be available for the plants, for the roots of the plants and the trees. Same thing happened on the mountain region, because because in the mountain region windy, the condition is also very windy. So there also the less water is available. Okay, so we can also say that in a mountain region it is also very windy, and in the very low temperature the soil freezes, the soil water freezes, and due to which less amount of water or water is unavailable for the roots of the plants and that of the trees. Now the next one is the evaporation of the water takes place very quickly, and the reason is the windy reason. The wind is responsible for that. So the evaporation of the water. Now you see here, students, before we go and understand here the windy reason and everything, let me ask you one thing. What happened? Your mother, when she used to spread the clothes outside, and if there is no sunlight but the winds are blowing, so if it is like that, even then you will find that after a few hours, you will, when you go and touch the cloth, that wet cloth, now the cloth, it is having less amount of water, and finally it becomes dry also. Even if you see that during rainy season, your mother, she used to spread the clothes under fan by opening the fan the whole night. So why is it so? Because when the wind blows, when the fan blows, the wind used to blow along with that. So what happened? This wind used to carry away the water droplets in the form of water vapor. Now you know that the conversion of the water droplets into water vapor is evaporation. So due to the movement of the wind, evaporation rate increases. So evaporation process occur very quickly. So when the wind blows, so the water droplet also blow along with it in the form of water vapor. So we can say that due to windy reason, due to movement of a wind, the water will get evaporate very easily through the leaves of the plant. Okay, so we can write it that water evaporates more quickly it evaporates more quickly in windy places, due to which the trees on the mountain mountains can lose too much of water. Easily through their leaves. Through their leaves. You see students that evaporation of water occurs when the wind blows. Okay, so at a hilly region, at mountain region, the wind blows, and since the wind blow, because of the moving of the wind, this will take the water from the leaves also. Okay, so it is not only the sunlight who is responsible for the transpiration, but if a windy area is there, then that will also cause the evaporation here. So evaporation occur more quickly in the windy places, and because of that, what happened? The trees which is present on the mountain region, mountain area, they will lose too much of water. Okay, because of their leaves. So the leaves are there to perform the process of a transpiration. So they lose a lot of water due to the movement of the wind here. Okay, so shortage of the water also occurred here. Okay, or loss of the water, you can say. So these are some of the conditions that we can say that occur in that of the mountain region, or it's a kind of a surrounding in that of the mountain region. Now the plants, they have to be they must have such kind of features which help them to survive or to overcome with such kind of a problem. Only then they are able to survive in such conditions. So they must have adapted themselves in such a way that they can overcome with such problems. Okay. So what are the problem here, students, that they should think about? Sorry. So you see here, students, to protect themselves from the rainwater, then snowfall, and loss of too much of water. So you can see here, students, that the problem that occur in case of the plants which lives in the mountain region, that they have to, if they are surviving in the mountain region, they must have to protect themselves from the rainwater, from the snowfall, as well as the loss of water which occur due to the process of transpiration. So if they are able to overcome with such kind of a problem, they will be able to survive in the mountain region. Now what kind of adaptation a plant living in the mountain region have by which they are able to live in such habitat? Okay. Now, the first thing here, that the loss of water occurs, students. So, we have seen in case of the desert area also, that to prevent the loss of water, excessive loss of water through leaves, through the process of transpiration. So, the leaves which is present in that of the mountain trees, they are having spikes, or they have modified them into spikes, or they are of a very small size. Okay, so we can say that. Okay, so needle shape or very small size of leaves are present, which help in preventing the loss of the water. It means which help in reducing the process of transpiration. Okay, so you know that the loss of water occur due to the leaves, and this can be reduced in case of a mountain region, because the leaves of the trees present in the mountain region is of the small shape or a needle shape. Okay, so we can write it that many mountain trees many mountain trees have small needle shaped or needle like leaves. Okay, small or needle like leaves, due to which less transpiration occurs during windy condition. Okay, so we can say that less amount of or a small leaves are there, or a needle shaped leaves are there. So transpiration process, it means less amount of loss of water will occur in the trees which is in the mountain region, especially during the windy condition. Now, this will not only help in reducing the process of transpiration, but it is also very helpful, students, when when there is a very cold, when there is a winter, and at that time the soil water freezes. So no water is available for the trees or the plants. So at that time also it will help in reducing the loss of water from the plant. Okay, so this will not going to help only in the windy condition, but it will also help the plant in such condition when there is the water present in the soil freezes out. So we can also write it that this helps the plants or the mountain trees to survive, in winter when all the water present in the soil freezes. Okay, and no water is available for the plant. No water is available. Okay, students, so we can say here that the mountain trees basically they are having the small and needle shaped leaves, and due to which less transpiration occur. Now, not only this, students, but this needle shape leaves, they are also having the waxy coating. So, having the waxy coating over the surface of the leaves will also help in reducing the also help in preventing the loss of water from the leaves. Okay, so we can also write it that the needle like leaves have a thick waxy coating. The needle-like leaves have a thick waxy coating. They are having thick waxy layer of coating to reduce, which is also called as cuticle. We have seen this cuticle when we were studying in case of the desert plant. So that desert plant also are having a thick waxy layer which help in preventing the loss of water. So here also a thick waxy layer or a cuticle is there to reduce the loss of water. Okay, so it helps in reducing the loss of water through transpiration. Through transpiration, and protect them, and also it helpful in protecting them from damage which is caused by snow or rain, from damage by snow and rain. Okay, so you see here student that the needle-like leaves, they are having the thick waxy coating, and due to this waxy coating, due to the presence of this cuticle will also help in reducing the loss of water. Now, what happened if suppose a plant, it is not necessary that every plant present in the mountain region are very small or a needle shape only. There are plants which is having the broad leaves. So what about them? How they used to survive in such conditions? So before onset of the winter, they used to shade off their leaves. So if suppose that all the leaves are shaded off by the plants, so what will happen? This will help in preventing the loss of water, especially during winter when the soil water it freezes and no water is available for the plants. Okay, so we can write it that the broad leaves trees. It means broad leaves means that the trees which is having broad leaves. So we can write it that is the broad leaves trees, broad leaf trees. Leaves used to shade off their leaves during the onset of winter and thus helps in preventing the loss of water from the preventing the loss of water from leaves when soil water freezes. So basically what happened that during winter the water which is present in the soil is freezes out. Okay, now very less water is available or water is almost unavailable for the plants or the trees to survive, and if leaves are present, so whatever the water which is present in the plant, it will also get evaporated. So to reduce this, what they used to do, they used to shade off all the leaves which is present in on their plant, and after shading off you will see that less amount of water will be lost. Now the last one is students that the trees which grow in that of the mountain region, they are of the shape of cone. They are cone shape, and the reason of being cone shape that being cone shape, if it is in the shape of this, so the rainwater and that of the snowfall, they can easily slip from that of the trees without retaining or damaging the trees. Okay, so we can write it that the trees in the mountain habitats are usually cone shape. cone shaped, which makes the rainwater and snowfall. Rainwater and snowfall. Rainwater and snowfall to slide off easily. To slide off easily. Okay.